guys, it's Austin here from the Nashville Miller Strategy Battle Gaming Group, and tonight we've got Game 5 of our MESBG Madness, where we'll be having Barad Dur led by Sauron against the Battle of 5 Armies Green Alliance led by Bard. So it's going to be a slugger of a fest, and we'll be right back to show off the army guys, and then we'll also be going through the scenario that we're playing tonight, show off the board, and we'll get things started, guys, so stay tuned. Alright guys, we are back, and we're going to go through the armies real quick for the Battle of 5 Armies and Barad Dur. So starting off with the Battle of 5 Armies, at 800 points, we have the survivors of Lake Town, with the leader being Bard the Bowman with armor and on horse. And he's got his 2 dogs with him to help give him the free heroic combats and increase to his fight value. Then we have Alfred here to help potentially give him some extra might by giving away his will at the beginning of a turn. Then we've got 6 Lake Town Militia with Sword and Shield, 4 Lake Town Militia with Spear and Shield, and then 1 Lake Town Militia with Spear for a total of 15 models and 275 points. Then we've got Thranduil kitted out on his elk with everything at 185 points. So we've got 3 Palace Guard with Sword and Shield and 3 Armored Mirkwood Elves with Glaive and Shield to take a total of 257 points. And then lastly, we have the man himself, Dane Ironfoot, on his war boar at 160 points, and we've got the Iron Hills Dwarves with 6 Iron Hills Dwarves with Spear and Shield, and 1 Iron Hills Dwarf with Sword and Shield and Banner to make a total of 268 points to make it an exact even 800. Then coming on over here to Barad Dur, we have the Dark Lord Sauron himself at a big whopping 400 points. Then we've got 11 Orc Warriors with Sword and Shield, 11 Orc Warriors Spear and Shield, and 1 Orc Warrior with the Banner, total of 24 models to make 574 points. Then we have a Warband with an Orc Shaman, so that way he can cast a Terror Bubble around him. And then we have 2 Orc Warriors with Sword and Shield and 4 Orc Warriors with Spear and Shield to make a total of 90 points. And then we have an Orc Captain with a Orc Drummer, and then 4 Orc Warriors with Sword and Shield, and 6 Orc Warriors with Spear and Shield to make a total of 12 models, to make a total of 136 points, and that makes it an even 800. Now, for our scenario for tonight, we are already rolled for it, and we are playing Storm the Camp. This is a scenario that's not played very often in tournaments, but I did get to play it at the Ringo South 4 last year, hosted by the North Carolina guys, and they did a great job. It was a great tournament, and I actually got to play this scenario against Jason Alexander in the last round of the tournament, and we ended up tying in this scenario. So it was a very fun scenario, and we'll just go through it. Basically, the armies deploy in 2 opposite corners within 12-inch semi-quarter circle here on either side. And for the victory points, basically what you're trying to do is you're trying to get your army over, trying to get more of your guys over to the opposing camp and take it over. So the victory points for this is you score 3 victory points if your force managed to capture your opponent's camp. You get 6 instead if yours was untaken. Then you get 1 victory point for winning the leader, or 3 victory points for killing him. And then you get 1 victory point if the enemy force is broken at the end of the game, and 3 victory points if they are unbroken. So Sauron's army is going to be unbroken as long as he is alive and has 3 more wounds on him, so it may be tough to break this army, but we'll see what happens. And then we got a couple of special rules here. The campsite allows anyone to pass a courage check if they're having to roll for that, and it just talks about the deployment areas for them here. So, guys, we're going to go ahead and roll for priority, and we'll be right back. Alright guys, we are back, and I just wanted to show off this beautiful board. This board was made by Alex Wright of Wright Terrain Studios. He made this for our one of our tournaments last year for the Nashville group. This is a Hobbiton board. We've got Bilbo's house way over there, and then we've got the party tree over there with his birthday cake. We've got like a little water mill here, and then we've got some crops and then another hobbit hole and some trees for some cover. And then a stream going through it. So for this game, we're going to be playing the water as shallow water, and then just to show off the armies here. So I rolled. Good got to deploy first. They deployed over here in this corner, and then Sauron and his evil forces moved over here into this corner. So I'll just zoom in real quick to show you each of the armies and what they're really kind of thinking about doing here. So starting over here on the left side, we've got this beautiful Bard model here with his Lake Town militia, and then we've got his 2 girls right behind him to help give him that free heroic combat and increase his fight value. And we've got Alfred back here that's just going to kind of stick around in the camp to help defend if he absolutely needs to. Then we've got some of the Lake Town guys up top here. And really, Bard for this game, I think he's just going to try and kill as many orc models as he can and try and not get wounded to stay away from Sauron. But we'll see what happens. And then coming over here to the left side with our dwarves and elves, we've got the beautiful Thranduil model right here on his elk. And then we've got some of his palace guards on either side of him. And I think with Thranduil here, he's going to try and want to, if Sauron tries to go across this bridge here, he's going to try and want to flank them and come around the back and maybe get some Wraths of Brunnen off with his crown. And then the dwarves and Dane, I think they're really mainly going to be trying to focus on keeping Sauron busy during this game and try and deal some wounds with him, since Sauron is high defense, but with Dane's hammer and high strength, he can hopefully deal some wounds there to get those objective points. So then coming over here to the evil side, to the big bad Mr. Sauron himself, we've got him right here in the center. And we've got some of his orc warriors on either side of him. We've got a banner right here. We've got the orc drummer right back there. And then we've got the captain right here. I'm actually using Shagrat as my captain for this game just because I don't have a captain. So we've got him there, and then the captain's warband is right behind him here. And then coming over here to the back side, we've got the shaman with Fury. So he's going to try and cast Fury off here, and he'll have a bubble around him to where he can make anyone try and charge him have to do terror checks. And so that'll be important for this game, I think. And I think Sauron's really just going to try and get down the center and haul butt across the board as fast as possible to try and get into the opposing camp. So, guys, without further ado, we'll go ahead and roll for the turn 1 for priority. And we're going to start with, Sauron. You got to play with the Sauron dice here. So we're going to play with some Sauron dice, and then with Bard being our leader, we've got these nice Nashville MESBG dice that we'll be using for Bard. So we'll go ahead and roll for priority here. And we'll see who goes first. I'm going to get some of these other dice out of the way. Alright, and here we go for turn 1. And may the best dwarf win. Here we go. Alright, so Good is going to go first. So guys, we're going to go ahead and do movement, and we'll be right back. So before movement, I'm going to go ahead and use Alfred's ability and use his 3 points of will to try and give Bard some additional might here. So basically how this works is at the beginning of a turn, you roll a d6, and on a 2 through 6, Alfred gives a point of his will and turns it into a point of might for Bard. And Bard can go past his 3 store and can have a max of 6 if all 3 work. And on a 1, Alfred gets actually a point of might. So here we go. We're going to roll this d6 3 times. So first one goes off. Second one does not. So that point of might that Bard just got is going to go back to Alfred and then roll for 3. So 2. Alright, so Bard's going to get 1 additional point of might this game. Alfred is going to also get a point of might. So we'll go ahead and mark that down. Alright, so we got Bard right here. Bard's going to get 1 more additional point of might. And then Alfred right here is out of will now. But he's going to get a point of might for the one that he took for Bard. So with that done, guys, we'll be right back with after movement. Alright, guys, we are back after turn 1 movement. Bard and all of his group moved up 6 inches. And we left Alfred and one of the warriors back here to guard the camp if need be. So they all moved up 6 inches. And then Dane and Thranduil over here, they moved up full movement. And then the elves moved alongside the dwarves right here full movement. And then coming over here to the evil, just to show you, the captain called a march right here, and all these guys were able to move up 12 inches because of the drum beat, and then the shaman and his crew moved up 6 inches over here, and now we're going to roll. The shaman's going to cast Fury, and he's going to channel it, so we're going to see if he gets it off here. So he's going to use 2 points of will here to try and get it off. So we'll roll 2 dice here, and looking for a 4 up to hit. So here we go. And he gets it, so 2 4s. All right, so the channel Fury does go off. So now if anyone with any orcs within 6 inches of the shaman die on a 6, you roll d6, and on a 6, they ignore the wound. So got to remember that. So I'm going to go ahead and mark that off for the shaman. So I already marked that off here using the 1 point of might and the 2 will. And then just kind of zooming in close to show you what's happened here. So there's Sauron. He's right by the bridge now, with the captain is right there. And all these guys moved up to be up within 12 inches. And then we've got the shaman and his crew right over here. So there's not going to be any shooting or combat this turn because everyone's still too far away. So we're going to go ahead and roll for priority for turn 2. And here we go. Alright, so it goes double 2, so that means evil is going to have the first movement here first. So guys, we'll be right back after movement. Alright guys, here we are back at the top of turn 2. So Bard's whole group moved up 6 inches. Bard moved up 5 inches, so that way he can still shoot his bow. And he's going to be shooting at the captain right there, who is in the stream at the moment. And then Thranduil and Dane, they moved up full movement 8 inches and 10 inches after all the evil guys moved. And then the dwarves moved up 5 inches full movement, and then the elves moved up alongside them as well with 6 inches. So really what Thranduil, he's in range now to where he could charge some things here. So we'll see what happens next turn, who has priority. He could cast Wrath of Bruin and deal quite a bit of water damage here to those guys in the water. But Sauron and his group is probably going to try and get out of there if they don't get priority next turn. So we call it a heroic move. But just zooming in over here. So Sauron right here, he moved up 6 inches from right over here to there. Then the captain moved up right beside him, and then all of his guys moved up full movement for 6 inches. Then we've got some guys over here that are in the trees. So they got, because this is forest, this whole area is forest, they lost an inch of movement. And then we've got some guys that are right over here on top of the bridge at the moment, getting ready to storm it. And then the shaman is pulling up the rear to start moving towards the water and helping these guys out if any of these guys get wounded over here. So we'll go ahead. Sauron was not within range to cast any magic after he moved, so we'll go ahead and go for Bard. He's got 18 inches to the captain, so we're going to roll for his first shot, and because he moved half movement, he's looking for a 4 up, and did not get it. Alright, so no shots there. There's no combat here after turn 2, so we'll roll for priority for turn 3. And here we go. Alright, so evil is going to have priority there. So good is going to call a heroic move. We're going to have Thranduil call a heroic move here to try and maybe get catch some guys off guard. But Sauron does have a, we'll see what happens here if people are able to resist or not. So guys, we'll be right back after movement. Alright guys, we are back, and so Sauron here called a heroic move, so it's going to affect all these guys within 6 inches of him. Thranduil countered, he actually called a move first, and Sauron's going to counter here, because he's going to try and get out of the stream, so he's not affected by Wrath of Bruin. And so we're going to roll to see who's going to get it here, and because Evil had priority here for turn 3, they will get the they will get to roll for it. So 1, 2, 3 goes to evil, 4, 5, 6 goes to good. And it goes to evil. So evil is going to get to move first here. So guys, we'll be right back after the movement. Alright guys, we are back after evil has moved, and so Sauron was able to get out of the water and just get onto the shore here. These guys crossed over the bridge. These guys that were over here moved up to get just into the stream here. And then all these guys are in the stream currently. So after Sauron moved, he's going to try and cast Transfix on Thranduil. So that way he can't move and do any damage to these guys or do any damage to maybe these guys over here. So he's going to Transfix Thranduil so that way he cannot get Wrath of Bruinen off. So he's going to use his one free one. And then he's got 6 in his store. So he's going to use 2 more, so that way he'll have 4 left. So he's to get it to go off, he needs a 2 up to Transfix. So we're gonna roll and see what we get here. All right, so he did get a 6 high there, and Thranduil has got 3 points of will. Sorry about that, guys. So we're not going to resist there with Thranduil. So he is going to be transfixed there for the turn. So now we're going to go ahead and move over to the good player's movement, and then we'll be right back. Alright guys, we are back after movement for turn 3. Sauron casts his transfix on Thranduil to where he's stuck there, and then Dane, because he's fearless, he had 8 inches to charge into Sauron, so he charged into Sauron. And then the dwarves and all the elves moved up full movement, and then Barad moved up 5 inches to where he can shoot again. He's going to try and take out the captain again, and then all of his guys moved up 5 inches as well along with him. So just to zoom in here, you can see, so they all moved up there. Barad is going to shoot the captain right there this turn. So we're going to go ahead and move for that, and then you can see these guys over here as well. So that's what the board looks like currently at the end of turn 3. So we'll roll to see if Barad does get his shot off. He's looking for a 4 up to hit the captain, and does not get it. Gets a 2. Alright, so that is going to be it for that. Start of combat, Dane is going to call a heroic strike with a point of might to try and get up to fight 10 if he can. So Mr. Dane is right here. So Dane is going to call a heroic might, or heroic strike. So he's fight 6. He has to get a 4 up in order to beat Sauron. So we're going to roll here to see what he gets. And he gets a 6. So he is going to beat Sauron on fight. So we'll go ahead and roll for this combat here. So Dane only gets 3 because he did not charge a man-sized model. So roll here to see what he gets. And got a 5 high there. So not quite a 6. Now we'll go ahead and roll for Sauron. Sauron gets 4 attack dice. So we'll see what Mr. Sauron gets. I got a 4 high so far, but he is within range of a banner. So he'll go ahead and roll for his banner roll. Got a 3, so not going to be high enough, and he's not going to spend his might to try and beat him here, because he's going to lose. So he's going to go ahead and lose this combat. Dane is now going to strike him. Dane is fight 5. Normally he would need a 6 to wound, but he's going to wound on 5s with his burly hammer. So roll here to see if we get any wounds on Mr. Sauron. And we did not get any wounds, unfortunately. Dane would have to spend his last point of might, or he'd have to use a point of might in order to get a wound here. And I think he is going to go ahead and do that, just so that way he can put a wound on Sauron. So he is going to get that off there for the wound. So Sauron will take 1 wound. Because Sauron is, he is defense 10. So he's pretty tough. So he's going to take a wound here. And that is it for the combats, guys. So, so he'll move back an inch. Let's move him there. Move him there. All right, guys. So we'll go ahead and roll for priority for turn 4. And there, and there. And here we go. All right, and he goes to evil again. So, guys, we will, let's see. Thranduil is going to call a heroic move here. Sauron is not going to counter. So, I think he will have, I think he's going to get it. So, guys, we'll be right back. I'm just going to look at the board today real quick, and we'll be right back. Alright guys, so I was wrong there. So Dane is actually going to need a 5x3 in order to wound. So we're going to see if he gets a 3 here to wound. Sauron, because he would normally be a 6x4, goes down to a 5x3. So here we go. And he gets a 4. So he does get the wound on Sauron. That works there. So we'll be right back after movement, guys. Alright guys, we are back and just want to show you the state of the board as it is right now. So Thranduil charged up, he casts his Wrath of Bruinen, and all these guys in the river here are going to get hit by that Wrath of Bruinen. No one can resist it. So we're going to go ahead and do that. We're going to roll strength 8 hits. We're kind of zooming in here. We got this guy here, and then we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we're going to have to go. Actually, the only guys that are not going to get hit are these back 3 here that are on the edge of the stream right now. So looking for 3s here to win, and we're just going to start from the guy closest to the bridge. And we'll roll these nice green dice. So looking for a 3 here to wound. First guy. So he's dead. Grab this gun on the next guy for that guy with Wrath of Bruinen. 6. He's dead. And we're going to go with the next guy, that guy right there. Looking for a 3. Got it. So this guy's dead. This just shows you how powerful a Wrath of Bruinen can be in the water. Unfortunately, no one was around him to be able to resist it. So we've got this guy right there. So he stays alive. He's going to be prone. We'll do the next guy. He's dead. Then the guy that's right behind him that just fell into the river. So he's dead. Then we got this guy. That's the last guy there. That's going to get hit by a strength 8 hit. And he's dead. That's a 6. Alright, so then the other 2 guys, so these 2 guys that are within 3 inches of him are going to take strength 3 hits. So they're looking for 5s to wound, and we'll go for the first guy. So he's dead, and then second guy. And he's dead as well. Alright, so everyone is dead except for 2 guys left over there. So Thranduil did some major damage there. Took out about a warband. So there was a guy right there. He's going to charge into that guy. And then it's going to go. Now we're going to go to Sauron's movement. He's going to try and cast basically a black dart on Bard, and it's not called black dart. It's called Chill Soul. So he needs a 4-up in order to hit that. So he's going to use 2 in the store plus 1 of his free ones. So needing a 4-up here to hit. And here we go. And he got a 6. Alright, so it will go off. Now we're going to see, he's casting that on the horse. So Bard is going to try and resist that. He'll use he'll use all 3 points of will here to see if he can resist it. And here we go. And he did not resist it, so he is going to be thrown off his horse. The horse is going to die. So we'll do a roll to see if he lands on his feet. And he does. So he lands on his feet. So Bard is off his horse now. Go grab that model real quick. This Bard model. Alright, so Bard is now on his feet there, battling the captain. So no shots for Bard this turn. Now we're going to go to the Evils movement real quick, and then we'll be right back. Alright guys, we are back at the start of combat for turn 4. So I forgot that because these guys over here were within 6 inches of the shaman, they can roll a 6 to see if they ignore the fury. And Thranduil will also be needed to roll the courage check. So go ahead and roll for the courage check for the 2 guys he charged in. And you got a 5. That'll be good enough. But then one of the guys, I rolled a dice for all the guys that died, and 1 guy survived. So Thranduil basically charged those 2 guys. And because Thranduil cast his terror turn 1, he was not. This guy rolled a 7, was not able to charge into Thranduil and get up. So he just he sat there. I need to move the shaman. I forgot to move the shaman and these guys. So these guys have just moved basically down here. They're down there at the bottom. The shaman, he's going to go ahead and move up 6 inches and get up here to try and help any orcs that might get killed here this turn. So that was it. Bard is down here. He is, so far right now, it's 1, 2, 3 guys on Dane. And then we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 guys on Bard. So Sauron is going to have to go against Dane this turn. Unless... yeah, he'll go after Dane this turn. So Dane's going to call a heroic strike at the beginning of combat with his last point of might. Bard has got 3 points of might left. He's also going to call a heroic strike here. And the captain is going to call a heroic strike with his last point of might. So we'll go ahead and roll for that one here. Alright. So we got Bard and we got the captain. We'll see what they fight value goes up to. So Bard's going to win the fight. He'll be fight 10. And then Dane, see what fight he goes up to. And he got to 2, so he's not going to be high enough. He's only going to go up to fight 8, so he's not even going to tie Sauron. So Sauron had the priority here. So he's actually going to want to do this one first because Bard will be trapped if he loses. So we've got the captain. We'll roll Bard first. So he's got 3 dice. If Bard gets a 6 here, he'll automatically win. He got a 5 high. He can banner. Actually, he cannot banner himself. So he's got a 5 high so far from that combat. So the captain is going to have 2 dice. Then we've got 1, 2, 3 more. So we got 5 dice in total. See if they get a 6. And they did get a 6. So Bard is going to use his point of might to go up to 6 to win that. So he'll go up to 6 there. So he'll push all these guys back an inch. And let's see. So you'll have to go like that. Alright, so all those guys move back. He is strength 5 against defense 5, so they're looking for 4s on the regular guys, I believe. No, he's only strength 4. So strength 4 on defense 5 would be looking for 5s. So he's going to go for the captain here, trying to take the captain out. So here we go. And only got 1 wound there. So the captain's going to take 1 wound. Alright. So captain's going to take 1 wound here. And Barad is going to lost 1 of his points of might, so he's down to 2. Alright, so let's go to Sauron next and all the orcs. So because Sauron has got higher fight here, Sauron's got 4 dice. Saying Sauron's going to have 4 dice here for his attack. And then we've got 1, 2, 3 guys with that as well. So we'll see if any of these guys get a 6 to win automatically. And they did get a 6. Alright, so Dane is trapped, so they'll get double strikes here. Sauron is going to be, he's strength 9, and Dane is defense 6. So looking for 3s here to wound on Dane. So we're going to try and just wound Dane directly with his 4 dice. So we got 2 wounds there. And then the other guys who are strength 3 are going to be looking for 6s on Dane. And nothing there. So 2 wounds on Dane. Dane's going to take the 2 wounds. And that'll be it there. So we'll go next to so Dane lost, so he was trapped, so we'll move back an inch. Alright, so then we've got 2 on 2 with the elves here. So we'll roll for that. The elves are going to have higher fight, so they'll win automatically if they get a 6, and they are within range of the dwarf banner. I got a 5 high so far. Roll another one to see if they get a 6, and did not. Alright, so 5 high. We got 2 orcs here. Shoot. Roll another one. Got the 6. Alright, so the orcs are going to win that. Those guys are going to move back an inch. And they are defense 6, so they're looking for 6s here to wound. And nothing, got 4s. Alright, we'll go to the next one here. We've got another 2 on, so we've got these 2 guys against these 2 elves here. Actually, I'm sorry, it's 4 elves on 2. So we'll have 4 dice here. Same thing, they'll have higher fight, so if they get a 6, they win automatically. Nothing so far. 5 high, use the banner. Nothing. Alright, then we got 2 guys. See if they get a 6. Did not, so, and they are out of range of the banner, so good guys are going to win that. These guys move back an inch. And the elves are looking, they are strength 3 against defense 5. They are looking for 5s here to wound. And they got it. So that's going to be another orc down. Alright, so we'll go ahead and do Thranduil. So Thranduil will charge. He's going to get 4 dice on those 2 guys that are prone. Again, he's going to have higher fight, so if he wins, if he gets a 6, he wins automatically. Got the 6. He's going to get double strikes here because, one, they're prone. So strength 5 on defense 5 is looking for 4s here. And he got both of them. You got this guy. And you got this guy. I'm going to roll for them real quick to see if they ignore the wounds. And I'm going to roll for the other guy that got wounded as well. So if they get so we'll roll for the first guy that just got wounded because of the shaman's fury, channeled fury ability. So looking for a 6 here for the first guy. Nothing. Next guy that Thranduil killed. Nothing. And second guy that Thranduil killed. And nothing. Alright, so no 6s to save them this time. We've got one on 2. Looks like it's 1 on 4 here with these guys. So the orc is going to shield here. And then we've got the Lake Town guys. They're going to be tied on fight because of Bard's ability. And they did get a 6. See if the orc can shield to win it. Did not. Alright, they're strength 3 looking for 5s to wound. And they got it. Alright, so this orc is going to go down. Alright, and that is and that orc is outside of the 6 inches, so he will not be able to try and save that here. So guys, we'll go ahead and roll for priority for turn 5. And here we go. Alright, it's going to go to evil again. So I'm going to have Bard use a point of might to call a heroic move here. And yeah, I think that's it. The only person that's got might left is Sauron, and he is not going to use his might to Alright guys, we are back at the top of turn 6, and as you can see here, kind of a mosh pit right now, but Bard's guys are all over here taking on the orcs over here by the river. Bard is right there taking on the captain. Dane and Bard used his heroic move to charge in, then Dane was charged in into Sauron. And then all these elves and dwarves over here are fighting these orcs. So I'm going to zoom in here, guys, to show you a little bit closer what everything looks like. So we've got Thranduil charge this guy over here. He's going to call probably a heroic combat, so that way he can try and start moving over here to deal with these guys. So then these two dwarves, they jumped over the bridge and came in on the drummer. And then this dwarf is over here against the bridge. We got these two elves on the drummer as well. Then we've got these two elves on this orc, these two orcs here. Then we've got these two dwarves on these two orcs here. This orc tried to charge into Dane and failed his courage check, so he was afraid, and then this orc also failed his courage check and was not able to get into Dane. Then this elf is on this orc, and then this elf and dwarf are on this orc. The bear moved in just to get within 3 inches of Dane to be able to have him reroll if he needs to. Then we've got Sauron and this orc that passes courage check are on Dane. The shaman jumped over the bridge and landed on his feet, so that way he could get away from the good guys that are coming at him. Then we have the captain on against Bard here with another orc. Then we've got these two Lake Town on this orc. We've got these two Lake Town on these two orcs. These two Lake Town on these two orcs. Then we've got these two Lake Town on this orc. Then we've got this Lake Town guy on this orc, and we've got this Lake Town guy on these 3 orcs here. And then these 2 guys are over here in the water. So, no shots, start of combat. Starter combat, Sauron is going to call a heroic combat, so that way he can try to get into combat with Bard and trap him. Thranduil is also going to call a heroic combat with his one of his points of might, so that way he can try and get across the battlefield and start taking these guys out before the game is over. So we've got about 45 minutes left of the round. He should be okay to be able to kill all those guys within 45 minutes. So, actually, he'll go ahead and call the combat. So, we've got these two combats here. Bard is also going to call a combat. So, we're going to roll to see whose combat goes off first. And it was Evil's priority. So, Evil will get a chance to roll. So, 1, 2, 3, Evil. 4, 5, 6, good. So, it goes to good. So, Bard's combat is heroic combat is going to go off first. And then it'll go over to actually, you know what, I'm not going to have Bard's right there. He can only take these two guys out. He can't kill this bad guy here. So Bard with his point of might is going to call a heroic strike here. So still good is going to get theirs off. So Thranduil's going to get to go first. He charged, so he'll have 4 dice. And see if he gets a 6. If he does, he'll win automatically. And he did. He got a 6. Now we'll look and see if he kills him. Looking for a 4. And he did. He got a 4 and a 5. So this orc is dead. And now Thranduil can move an additional 10 inches. So Thranduil is going to start booking it this way. Alright. So he's there. So that's that combat. Now we'll go to Sauron. Sauron's going to call a combat on Dane. So it's going to be Sauron and this orc against Dane. Sauron is going to have the higher fight. So if he wins here, he will, or if he gets a 6 here, he'll win automatically. So there's 4 dice for Sauron, 1 dice for the orc. And see if they get a 6. They also have a banner if they need it. And they got the 6. They're going to win that. Sauron's going to use his Fiery Hand ability. But he is Strength 9. He is looking for Strength 9 on Defense 6. So he's looking for 3s here again. And got 3 wounds there. So, actually got 4 wounds there. So Dane is dead no matter what, even if he passes everything. So Dane is killed. Dane fought well. So now Sauron's going to, and this guy is going to be able to move again. Sauron is going to move into Bard to trap him. And this guy is... This guy... Where does this guy want to go? This guy is... He's going to go in on this guy here. So he'll be in this guy. He'll still be within range of the banner. So that'll be that. We'll go ahead and do... so Evil had priority, so they can choose the combats here. We'll go ahead and start with this guy, because he's going to be trapped. So actually we'll start with this guy. This is Mr. Lee Ward here. So this is my representation of Lee Ward from our Nashville MESBG group. So hopefully he will fight heroically. But we'll have this one on these 3 guys. The Lake Tongue guy is going to shield. So we'll see what he gets first. So he got a 3 high so far. He is within range of Bard's 6-inch banner. So we'll go ahead and roll one of these. So we got a 4 high. Alright, so then we got 3 dice for Evil. And they got a 6. So he is trapped. They are looking for the Lake Town or defense 5. So they're looking for 5s here to wound. And they got the 5. Alright, so this Lake Town guy is going to go down. Alright, so that is that. Go ahead and do this guy next, because he is also going to be trapped, Mr. Lee Ward. So it's going to be a one-on-one here. Got a 2. And see if Mr. Lee Ward can fight him off. Got a 1. He is within range of the banner, so he's going to reroll. He got another 1. Alright, so he's trapped. Alright, Lee. Hope you survive, buddy. This guy needs a 5 here. Nope. Alright, so he is trapped, so he gets another 1. And he got it. Sorry. I'm sorry, Lee. You went down fighting, buddy. Probably should have shielded there, but I thought he would have had a shot. Alright, so now we've got a 2-on-2 here. So we'll go ahead and do that. So we got 2 evil and 2 good. So it's going to be tied, double 6s. Evil had priority, so they get the roll off. And it goes to evil. So evil is going to win that. And good's going to back up an inch. And evil is looking for a 5 here to wound. And they did not get it, so those guys survive. We'll go to the next one. So we've got these 2 guys, those 2 guys against these 2 guys here. So right now it's a tie. We'll use the banner for good. See if they beat it. Nope. Alright, so it's a tie again. Do a roll off. Goes to evil again. See if they get a 5. Nothing. Alright, double 1s. So these guys are gonna... Actually, this guy here, I think it's gonna be trapped. Yeah, so this guy here is trapped, so they'll get double strikes on him. And they got him. Alright, so this guy is dead. We'll go to the next guy. We've got 2-on-2 here. Alright, so Good's going to win that with a 5 high. And they're looking for 5s to wound. And they got it. Alright, so this orc is going to go down. Let's see this one. We've got a 2-on-1 here. Actually, it's a 1-on-1, I'm sorry. So, let's see. I'm just going to strike normally here because he's got a banner of Bard. Tied so far, banner, got a 5. All right, so Lake Town's going to win that. I'm looking for a 5 to wound, and he got it. All right, so this guy is dead. He was within 6 inches of the shaman, so roll to see if he ignores the wound. Nope. All right, so still takes the wound. All right, then we've got a 1-on-1 here. Evil's going to win that. See if they get a good can reroll. Evil can reroll. Do they want to reroll? No. They want to do a roll off. So it goes to good. See if good wins it, needing a 5 to wound. Nope. Alright, so this guy just moves back an inch. Alright, so now we've got Sauron and the captain and this guy on Bard. So Sauron's going to have 4 dice. Captain's going to have 2. And then we've got 2 guys, 2 spear supports. So that's a lot of dice against Bard. Bard did call Heroic Strike. I forgot to roll that. So see what his fight goes up to. So it will go up to fight 10. So Bard could potentially win this if he gets a 6 here. See what he gets. And he got the 6. Wow. All right. So he will survive. These guys will move back an inch. I think he's going to want to try and kill the captain. Alright, so we'll just roll singly. He's looking for 5s here to wound. So first one, nothing, got a 1. Next one, 4, nothing. Last one, 2, nothing. Alright, so no wounds there. Unfortunately for Bard, he's not going to use his last point, or he's not going to use a point of might to try and wound the captain there. Alright, so let's move on down. So we've got this guy on these two. Good is going to have the higher fight, so if they get a 6 here, they win. Nope. Then we got the evil. It's going to shield. Got a 4. Use the banner with good. Got a 6. Alright, so good's going to win that. This guy will move back an inch. And I'm going to roll to see if they can get a 6. Or sorry, get a 5 here. Nope. Got a 1 and a 2. Alright. So that is that. So we've got 2 on 1 here. Got these elf, or actually I'm sorry, it's elf on, so 1 on 1 here. See if the elf gets a 6. Got a 5, that's pretty good. Evil's going to shield. Evil got a 6. Good's going to have to use a banner to reroll. Got a 6 as well, so because good is higher fight, they're going to win that. And they're looking for a 5 here to wound. And they got it. So this orc is going to die. Alright, so going down the line here, we've got 2 on 2 here. The 2 dwarves. And 2 orcs. Alright, let's see who goes. Alright guys, we are back, and so the next combat we're going to do is going to be these 2 on on these 2 guys right here, so it's going to be a 2 on 2 there. And here we go. And good got 6s, so they're going to win automatically. And they can move back, so they're strength 4 on defense 5, looking for 5s here to wound. And got 1 wound there. Alright, so we'll take this guy out here. This guy will move back an inch. And then we've got the drummer against these 2 guys and these 2 guys. So you got 4 guys there. They're going to have higher fight. So if they win this, they win automatically. And got a 4 high there, so not great. The drummer, let's see, I think he's got, 1 attack, and he's fight 4. So, see what he gets here. Got 2, alright, so good's going to win that. And he is defense 5, so they're looking for 5s here to wound. And they got 1 wound. And he has 1 point of fate, so he can fate this if he gets a 4 up. And he does. Alright, so he's going to survive. And he will move back an inch. So go ahead and mark that on his card over here. Alright, so that is going to be all the combats, guys. As you can see there, still it's about a 50-50 on the battlefield right now, although Sauron has taken out Dane and Bard is not looking good over there. So, guys, we'll go ahead and roll for priority for turn 7. And here we go. And good is going to win that. So. Alright guys, we are back at the top of turn 7. And so good guys got to move first this round. They had priority. So just to show you what happened here. So Bard charged into the captain here and this orc. Then I had one of the elves charge in onto Sauron since he has high courage. All these guys charge into these orcs over here. Thranduil charged into those two orcs down there. And then this guy charged here. We've got these guys charged all in here. And these evil guys kind of charged around the flank here. So, no shooting. Sauron could not cast any magic off since he did not have any, did not get to move first. So, go ahead and go into combats here. I guess we'll just go ahead, since Good had priority, we'll go ahead and start with Thranduil. So he charged into those two guys. So he'll have 4 dice because he charged with his elk. And looking for 6s here to win automatically. And did not, got a 4 high, so not great. Those guys are going to shield there. They're going to try and see if they can fend off Thranduil for a turn. Stop him from getting in. You know what? They're gonna strike normally here. So I got a 5 high there. So Thranduil can either blow his last point of might and try and win it. So yeah, he'll do that. He'll blow his last point of might. So those guys are prone. Actually, I'm sorry. I forgot to move. There was one more guy in that combat, so let's roll an extra dice real quick because one of the other guys moved in. All right, so it didn't matter. All right, so let's see if they get wounded here. Got a 6. So first set, gonna kill 2 of them. Last guy killed him as well. All right, so come over here. So forgot this guy was going to charge in to trap him. So he's dead. He's dead. And he's dead. Alright, so that's it for those guys. We'll go ahead and go over here to this one. So we've got it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 guys on 1. And because Good had priority here, I think Good's actually going to want to go here first. So it's going to be a 1-on-1 here. Good's going to strike normally here because they'll have a dice reroll from Bard. Alright, so here we go. 1-on-1 on that one. Evil got a 6. Good got a 6, so it's going to be a roll-off. It's going to go to Evil. And does Evil kill the good guys? No. Alright, so this guy's going to back up an inch. Now we've got 5-on-1 there that we can do. So 5-on-1. Good is going to shield. Evil definitely won that. So he's going to move back an inch now that he's got that available. They're looking for 5s to kill him. I would imagine they're going to kill him here. Wow, they did not kill him. They needed a 5 to wound and did not get 1 5 out of 5 dice. So he survived. Alright, so we'll go to the next one. It's 2-on-2 here. And here we go. Alright, so it's going to be a roll-off. Goes to Evil. They're looking for 5s. And they got it. Alright, so this Lake Town guy is dead. And we'll go to this one. So it's a 1-on-1 here. Just going to strike normally. 3. Gonna reroll with the banner. Got a 6. Alright, so he's gonna win that. Looking for a 5 to wound. Did not get it. Alright, so this guy is gonna move back an inch. Alright, so I guess we'll go ahead and do Bard. So Bard's got 1, 2, 3 guys on him, and he's got a spear support. So Bard will be the blue. The extra guy will be the yellow and green. And then we've got 2 with the captain and 2 with the extra guys. And Bard's going to have the higher fight here, so if we get a 6, he'll win automatically. And he did get a 6, so Bard is going to win that automatically. And let's see, we're going to try and go for the captain again. So looking for 5s to wound. Nothing on the first one. Nothing on the second one. Nothing on the third one. Nothing on the fourth one. Wow. Okay. Well, I should have just rolled them all together, I guess. But so they all just moved back. So we'll go here next, 1-on-1 here. Good is going to win that. And does not wound. Alright, let's go ahead and do Sauron and on this and that guy. Sauron's got 4 dice. And we got 1 extra guy that's helping him. Wow, got a 4 high. There is a banner though, so we'll go ahead and reuse a banner. Got a 2. Alright, so Elf has got a chance. He's going to shield. He got a 6, so he's going to win that. The Elf beats back Sauron. It's going to move him back an inch. Alright, so we've got 2-on-1 here. Orc is going to shield. Good's going to win that with a 6 high. But that guy is within range of a banner, so he does have a chance to try and match it. And he does not. Alright, so they're looking for a 5 to kill. And nothing. Alright, so that guy's just going to move back an inch. Alright, so then we've got a 2-on-2 here. This guy's just going to strike normally. Good got it with a 6. But Evil does have a banner in range, so see if they match it. They did not. Looking, do they get a 5 to wound? And they do, so they do get a 5. Alright, so this guy will go down. Alright, then we've got this one. It's 2-on-1 here. Evil's going to shield. Good's going to win that. Need a 5 to wound. And they got it. So this guy's going to go down. Orcs are going down left and right. And then we've got 4 on the drummer. So we'll see if able to get a 6 here to win automatically, because the elves have the higher fight here. They got a 5 high so far. See what the drummer gets. Got a 4, so they're going to win that. Looking for a 5 to wound. And they got it. So the drummer is dead. That does it for the drummer. So he would be broken here if Sauron had the wounds on him, but he does not. So that is going to be it for that turn. We'll go to priority for turn 8. Alright, here we go. So Good is going to win that. Alright guys, we are back at the top of turn 8, and I forgot to roll for the Fury's abilities for the Shaman. And I rolled 3 out of 4 6s, so the last 3 guys came back to life. They ignored the wounds. And Sauron's going to call a heroic move here, because he's going to try and make a final push to the camp. So we're going to roll to see, and Bard's going to challenge it. So 1, 2, 3 goes to Evil, 4, 5, 6 goes to Good. And it goes to Evil. So Evil's going to get to move here first, guys. So we'll be right back after movement. Alright guys, we are back at the top of turn 8. And Sauron right here, he cast Transfix on Bard to where he's basically not going to be able to cast strikes here, and then he charged into Bard. And then Thranduil over there charged into that orc over there. And then all these orcs swarmed here and swarmed one of Bard's daughters. So that's going to be that there. So Sauron is going to... they both have a point of might left. Bard is... Bard's going to call a heroic defense here, I think, to try and stay alive. I'm going to call a strike. You know what, Bard will call a strike here. So, Bard's going to call a strike. And that's going to be it, because there's no other heroes that can call anything. So, we'll see what Bard's fight goes up to here. It goes up to 10, so he'll win the fight here. So we'll go ahead and start with Bard. He'll have 3 dice. And only got a 4 high there, so that is not going to be good for him. But let's see, I'm not sure if he's within range of the banner. Let's see. Looks like he's within range of the banner, so he has 1 reroll. So we'll see what he gets. So he got a 5 high there. So not going to be quite good enough. Probably, because he's swarmed by Sauron. So Sauron's got 4 dice. Then he's got the Shaman. Then he's got Spear Support from the another guy. So 6 dice in total against Bard's 3. And they got 6s. So Bard is trapped. Sauron is going to do his fiery hand on him to make him cast a flame. So see what we roll here. Alright, so that is 1, 2, 3, 4 wounds on Bard, and so 4 wounds on Bard. So Bard is going to take a wound regardless. We're going to see if Bard can fate any of these wounds. So first one, passes the first one. Second one, passes the second one. Third one, does not pass the third one. So he is going to resist 2 out of the 4 wounds. He's going to take 2 wounds. And then he is going to take a strength 9 hit from being cast a flame. If he gets a 3 up, he is dead. And he is dead. So Bard has been killed. Bard has been taken out. That is not good for the good guys. Alright, so Bard is dead. Now we'll go over and kind of do the rest of these here. We'll go ahead and do Thranduil way over there. So Thranduil charged. He's got 4 dice. He got a 5 high. So that guy's going to shield. If he gets a 6, that guy will win. Did not. Got 2 high. So that guy is prone because Thranduil charged. And see if he kills him. And he does kill him. So Thranduil over here is going to kill this last guy in this camp. So Thranduil now controls the camp. And we've got about like 1 turn left here in this game. So it doesn't look like Sauron is going to be able to make it to the home base, but let's see what happens here. So, because I think good guys are getting pretty close to broken. So we've got 2 guys on the girl here, 2 evil guys. And she gets -1 to her fight because she's fighting with fists. So she's going to lose. Let's see if they wound. 1 wound. So she'll take 1 wound from them. And that is the older daughter. That is Sigrid. She's got 2 points of fate. So see if she stays alive. So first point of fate. Passes. Okay, so she stays alive. Just gonna move out of the way. So then we've got 3 on 1 here. Yes, 3 on 1. One guy is going to shield. Good is going to win that with a 5 high. No banners, so yep, they are going to win that. So Evil is just going to move back an inch. Alright, and we've got a 1-on-1 here. Good is going to shield. Evil's going to win that. And they need a 5 to wound. And did not get it. Got 3, excuse me there. Alright. So next we've got 1-on-1 here. Good's going to shield again. Good's going to win with the 5 high. Alright, so this guy's going to move back an inch. And then we've got 1, 2. We've got 2 on 1 here. Good's going to shield again. Evil's going to win with a 5 high. They're looking for a 5 to wound. And Snake Eye is nothing. Alright, so he's going to move back an inch. Then we've got this one. It's 1, 2, 3 on 1. Good guy's going to shield. Good guy's going to win with a 6 high. Yeah, outside of the banner. So, good guy's going to win. Just move him out of the way there. We've got 1-on-1 here. Good's going to shield. Good's going to win with a 5 high. We've got 2-on-1 here. Evil is going to shield. Good is going to win with a 6 high. They need a 5 to wound. And they got it. So he is within 6 of the shaman. So we'll see if he ignores the wound with a, if he gets a 6 because of fury. Did not. Alright, so he is dead. Alright, so then we've got this guy on the captain. And the captain's got a spear. Good guy's going to shield. So Evil's going to have 3. Good guy's going to have 2. Because of the shield. Evil is going to win that with a 6. And see if they win. They are the elf is defense 6. So I need to differentiate this because Evil, the captain, is stronger. So weaker guy will be the red and white. And he got a 6, so that elf palace guard is dead. Alright, so then we've got 1-on-2 here. Evil's going to shield. Evil's going to win. And then we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 on 1. Evil's going to shield. Alright, here we go. Good's going to win that with a 5 high. He is within range of a banner. He got a 5. But Good's going to win because they have higher fight with the elves. So they're looking for a 5 to wound. And they got it. Alright, so this orc is dead. And then we got the last combat here. We've got 1, 2, 3 guys on the orc. Orc is going to shield. And the good's going to win because the dwarves have higher fight. With a fight 5, but they do have a banner, so see if they get a 6. They did not, got a 5. Alright, so looking for a 5 to win, or the wound. And they got it. See if the wound is ignored because of the fury. And it is not. Alright. So he is gone. Alright, so far for good guys, here's the casualties right now. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of the good guys that have died. So hasn't gotten us to 50% yet, so we're going to keep on going. This will be the last turn of the round for turn 9, since this is running short of time here. So basically we'll see if evil can break good. Let me look and see how many models need to have to break good. Let's see here. Alright, so breaking point is 14 dead, so they got to kill 7 guys this turn. I don't see that happening, but maybe something magical will happen here. So go roll for priority. Last turn. And good is going to have it for the last turn. So, guys, we'll be right back after movement. Alright, guys, we are back after movement, after good has moved for the final turn. So the girls, they just hauled butt back towards camp since they're pretty weak fighters, and Daddy's dead, so they're running. Thranduil's just chilling over there, over in the opponent's camp, just hanging out. And just to show you what happened, so this guy charged into these 2 orcs here. This Lake Town guy. This guy actually needs to charge someone. So he'll come around and charge this guy. So we've got 4 guys on this Lake Town guy. This guy charged these 2 Lake Town guys. These guys charged these Lake Town guys. Sauron, or this guy charged Sauron, and then this guy charged the shaman. Then this guy, this dwarf here, charged the banner. This elf charged the captain and was spear supported. And then all these guys over here charged just one guy. And then these 2 guys charged this guy here. So, start of combat. Sauron is going to use his last point of might to call a heroic combat against the one elf that he's going against. So we'll see if he is able to win that real quick. The point, I think, since Sauron is not going to be able to get into the opponent's camp, he's going to try and get as many points as possible here on the last turn. Try and see if he can kill 7 guys. So, roll holder, see if he gets a 6. He does get a 6, so he's going to win that automatically. He's going to use his fiery hand against him, looking for 3s here to wound, and that guy's dead. Alright, so that's one guy down. So now he's going to be able to move again. So he is going to move. He's going to use his last points of will to try and kill this guy with a chill soul. He's going to use a free one in his last 2 free points of will, or last 2 points of will, and does cast it. So this guy dies. So that's 2 guys killed. Then he's going to charge into the banner and this guy, pull them off the combat. So Sauron is going to, let's see. Sauron is going to go against basically these 3 guys right here. Again, let's see if he gets a 6. If he does, he'll win automatically. So we've got 1 for the banner. We've got 1 for the dwarf, and we got 1 for the other dwarf. So we got 3 dice in total. See if they can beat Sauron. Did not on the first one. Do have a reroll. Did not get it. So this 5 is going to go down to a 4. So Sauron is going to win that. He's going to try and smoke these guys. Looking for 3s here to wound. Strength 9 on defense 7 is a 3. So yep, still looking for 3s. And he killed them all. As Sauron should. So he killed these 2 guys that he could at least kill. He killed the banner and he killed the dwarf. So that's 4 models dead now. Now they have to kill 3 more models in order to break them. So let's see. We'll just start here. So we've got 3 guys on 1. Lake Town's going to shield with 2 dice. Evil's going to have 3 dice. So 1, 2, and 3. Alright, here we go. Good is going to win that with a 5 high. So he blew them all backwards. He said, "Get out of here. You shall not pass." Alright, so we've got these 4 guys on that one guy right there. He's going to shield. See if the good guys might be able to pull this off. So it's going to be tied on fight. So, although I think Bard, I'll have to look at the rules, but I think since Bard is dead, their fight value doesn't go up. I'll have to just double check. So I'll just roll to see if it matters even. So 1, 2, 3 goes to evil. So it goes to good if they're tied on fight. So I'm going to check the rules real quick, and I'll be right back, guys, to see if they're fight 2 or fight 3. Guys, we are back. And I was correct, since Bard is dead, they do not get the bonus to their fight value anymore, so they are fight 2. So they're going to lose that, since the orcs are fight 3. So 4 guys on 1, looking for 5s to wound. And nothing, wow. Okay, so they swung and missed. So they'll move back an inch. Oh, but he's trapped, so they get a second set. So second set, and got him. Alright, so another guy dead. So I think they just need one more guy to kill. So they've got 2 on, or 1, 2, 3 on 1 here. He's going to shield again. Evil's going to win that with a 5 high. Looking for a 5 to wound. And they got it. Alright, so that will officially break Lake Town. But they're not broken until next turn. So they won't be broken for this game. I don't think. Alright, so we've got 1, 2, 3 guys on 1 here. One guy's going to shield. It's going to go to evil, because they're going to have higher fight. And he's dead too. So yeah, all the Lake Town guys are going down now because their fight value is less. But so we got the shaman and this guy on against the Lake Town guy. Alright, so he's going to shield again. Evil's going to win. And Evil's going to kill him. Alright, so we've got... It really won't matter at the rest of this point in the game, so that's basically going to end it, guys. We'll be right back to count up the points and see how we... Alright guys, we are back here looking at the victory points here. So going to the first one, you score 3 victory points if your force managed to capture your opponent's camp. If your opponents managed to capture your opponent's camp and your camp is not captured, you get 6 VPs, so good will get 6 VPs here. And then you score 1 VP if for causing 1 or more wounds on the enemy leader. Wounds prevented by successful fate rolls do not count. If you kill the enemy leader, you instead score 3 VPs. So because Evil killed Bard, they're going to get 3 VPs, and then Good's going to get 1 VP because they caused a wound on Sauron.
So it's going to be a 7-3 victory right now. And then last one, you score 1 VP if the enemy force is broken at the end of the game. If the enemy force is broken and your force is unbroken, you instead get 3 VPs. So Evil's going to get 3 VPs here, so it's going to be a 7-6 victory for good, guys. So we'll be right back for our final thoughts.
Hey guys, it's Austin here, and wow, what a game that was. I mean, it was a slugfest to the end. Sauron at the very end was starting to turn the tide of battle. He ended up killing Bard, he killed Dane, and started slaughtering those Lake Town guys. And so it was a very super close match. It was a 7-6 victory for the good guys for the Battle of 5 Armies Green Alliance. So Barad Dur is going to be the first army knocked out of this MESBG Madness. So the Battle of 5 Armies will be continuing on, and they will be playing the losers of the next game, which is going to be the Farharad, Grand Army of the South, versus the Return of the King Legendary Legion. And because we're playing with a giant mumak against a bunch of ghosts, guess where we're going, guys? We're going to the Battle of Pelennor Fields. So next week we'll be having the Battle of Pelennor Fields game between the Grand Army of the South versus the Return of the King Legendary Legion. So stay tuned for that next Friday at noon. We'll be posting that in Central Standard Time. And then also on Sunday we'll be showing a update on what we've been painting this past week here in the group. So guys, stay tuned for that. Thank you all for watching tonight. If you liked the video, please hit that like button. Please subscribe to our channel as we continue to grow. And also, our winner for our raffle was Mr. AB, and so he is going to be getting the new Airman model. We'll be sending that to him as soon as it comes out to us, guys. So thank you all for entering into that raffle, and we'll be doing another one as soon as we hit 200 subscribers. So we're about 50 subscribers away right now, so as soon as we hit 200, we'll be doing another raffle, and we'll see what we raffle off then. It'll be something new from GW. So guys, stay tuned for that. Thank you all for watching, and take care wherever you're at in Middle Earth, guys. Take care. See you soon. Bye.